So in this video, what we're trying to demonstrate is I've got a base table and I've got some legs and I've got some supports over there, and I want to make this adjustable. So basically the idea is, let's edit this. We've got a 10 feet wide by 4 feet wide table, and let's say I want to change this to 4 feet, and the idea is, there we go, it's changed. We've got all our different body components over there. Let's say again we want to change this tabletop size, and there we go. So let's change that to 12 feet, and there we go. Everything adjusts. These measurements stay exactly the same, whatever the offset is that we decide. So this is what we'll be attempting to do for this one. So let's go and create a new file, new design. So first off, what I want to do, I'm going to create a new sketch at the top. I'm going to select this plane, and I'm going to hit square at the top there. We don't want the 2-point rectangle, we want the center rectangle. I'm going to use this reference. So let's make our first table. Let's do it, let's say it is 6 feet by 4 feet. So what I'm doing, basically when I selected the square, I entered 6 feet and I pressed tab, and that jumped me to the 4 feet over there. I'm currently in millimeters, so let's just change that to inches. I'm going to do this here at the top, document settings, millimeters, and let's go to inches. There we go. And I want my tabletop to be about 2 inches. So how I do that, let me just cancel this operation. So I went to this extrusion here at the top. I'm selecting this our tabletop plane, extrude, can enter 2 for 2 inches, and we've got our 2-inch tabletop. Okay, so the next step is pretty crucial. So what I'm doing, if you ever get lost, you can hit this home icon at the top there. Currently we're looking at the top plane. I want to look at the bottom plane. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit shift, hold shift in and middle mouse button, and that'll allow me to look at the bottom of our tabletop. What I want to do now, and I think where most of the problems come in, if we're going to expand body, you'll see we only have one body currently. If we disable that, it takes away everything. If we okay, so I'm gonna do this first the wrong way, and then I'll show you what is the correct way to do this so that you don't run into this problem again. So I'm gonna hit sketch, and instead of choosing the XY plane, I'm just gonna draw directly onto the tabletop. So I'm over there, and I'm gonna draw some posts. We're not gonna put in the sizes, we just want this like quick and simple. And there's our table. Okay, it's a pretty badly drawn table. We're gonna say finish sketch, and what you'll see is we've got one body. I'm gonna select my 4 posts, and I'm gonna say, yeah, I want that 4 feet. And there's an option here, there's 2 options, join and new body. As soon as I hit new body and I say okay, everything will look fine. We've got body 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Further down, if you do any changes, Fusion loves to go, and then it'll just make this, instead of you just decide of doing new body, it'll just go and do a join operation. So what a join operation does is, instead of having your 4 bodies over there, it'll just create one big body. So if this isn't the body anymore, so everything is just one one big component. So, and I'm what I'm trying to do is I'm just going to try and show how to do it correctly so that you don't have this problem. So I've got my extreme marker over there. I'm going to roll it back. I'm going to delete all these features, and now let's do it the right way so that we don't have this problem. I'm currently looking at the bottom view, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose construct an offset plane. So from this table I want it just shouldn't touch, so I'm going to choose a 1mm plane, and if we look at the side view, if you zoom in very closely, you'll see that this plane and this tabletop doesn't touch, and that's exactly what we want to do. So next, for our table, we're going to draw on this on our newly created plane. We're going to choose a square. We're going to choose our center rectangle, and for this specific operation I want a construction line, so I'm going to choose that construction line. You can also hit X on the keyboard, so X disables it, and I'm going to draw this square over there. I don't have any specific lengths. I'm just gonna do this, and we'll later get to the dimensions of what exactly we want there. So next up, I'll draw our 4x4 post. I'm selecting the square at the top. I'm selecting the center rectangle, and you'll see I've got the construction line currently on, but I don't want that because I cannot extrude that. So if you hit X now, you will break part of the sketch. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go with a mouse over there, unselect it, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to type 3.5 and then hit tab, and then again 3.5, because it's a 4x4 post, which is actually 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch. So I'm typing 3.5 and I'm hitting tab, again 3.5, enter. And there we've got that. Next, what I want to do, I want to draw a mirror line on the X and Y axis. So I'm going to select this line there at the top. I'm going to press X to turn it into a construction line. And I'm going to draw that like that. And again, okay, so now what we want to do, we want to choose the mirror function. I've selected the mirror function over there. I'm going to select this object that I want to mirror, my mirror line, which is here on this X axis, and I'm going to select OK. Next, what I want to do, I want to do again a mirror, and I'm going to select these two legs, but I'm going to just click on this line to deselect it. I want to deselect that point as well, and our mirror line is this the Y axis. Gonna click OK, and next what I want to do, I want to draw another square, hitting a center square, switch off construction mode, and basically just a support over there. So I'm gonna do that. The length, we don't know what the length is. I'm not gonna type anything. I'm just gonna hit tab, and I'm gonna enter 1.5, because it is gonna be possibly a 2x8 or a 2x6, but a 2x8 is 1.5 by 5.5, so that's why I'm entering 1.5 over there. What we want to do now, and this is also where problems come in, we want to, these two lines shouldn't touch. They should be pretty close, but they shouldn't touch. As soon as they touch and you do an extrusion, it's again, Fusion just likes to fuse that into one object. So what we're going to do, we're going to select sketch dimension at the top there. I'm going to click it, but this line's already selected, but that's okay. We can just click on this line as well, and I'm just going to select 1mm to keep it very close but not touching. Next, what we want to do, we want to choose this mirror function. Even if it highlights that line, that's okay. You can just click and drag, and it doesn't want to do that. Okay, so let's try that again. Click and drag. Okay, there we go. And I want to select my mirror line, X-axis, and there it just created it. And I want to create another support beam. We're going to select the center line. You'll see this triangle there. That shows me that that's the center of that line. And I'm going to enter 1.5 or 1.5 inch thickness. I'm not going to specify the length. But what I am going to do, I've selected now sketch dimensions. I'm going to choose this line, that line, and I'm going to make it 1 millimeter. And it's very close there, but it's not touching. That's the important part. And next, what I want to do, I want to select this mirror function. Select that square over there, and mirror line, the y-axis. As soon as I click on it, it's going to appear there. You're going to say OK, and we are happy with our sketch as it is. You can hit this finish sketch over there. If there's something you wanted to change, you can always go back here at the bottom, right click on sketch and say edit sketch, and you can change things. So let's twist it a little bit. I want to do this extrusion, and I'm going to select the 4 posts, and I'm going to hit 4 ft, 4 feet, hit enter, and as you can see, immediately my sketch disappeared. To get that back, I'm going to go here to sketches, open that up, click on the little eye icon, click on my extrude, select that one, that one, that one, and let's say this was 8 by 2, so that'll be 7.5 inches high. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to disable this sketch again, so that it looks a little bit better. And so there's still one thing that we have to do that I haven't actually done. I forgot to do that. So we are going to edit the sketch, and we have to create our relationships to the tabletop. So we want to say that this line and that specific point over there should be 5 inches. And we also say that this line over there and that point over there should be 5 inches. And because everything is symmetrical, all these relationships, it'll be 5 inches from the edge. And I can just select finish sketch, and there's our table. I'm going to hit this home icon at the top there. That'll flip it around. Now whenever I change this tabletop size, this bottom pieces will also change. So let's just do that quickly. First, let's say, okay, we want a 4 feet by 4 feet table, 48 by 48 inch. And as you can see, that's exactly what happened. And let's go and change this, edit sketch. Let's say we want this 10 feet. And something broke. We'll have to go see what happened. Let's see if I delete that line. So for some reason, Fusion decided not to update. Okay, so let's go and select the dimension again, this line, that one. Let's make it 5 inches. And this updated. Okay, so let's try our change our table sizes. Let's make this a 4 feet, and so there all our sizes changed. Let's go and change this again. Let's make this 12 feet. And that, there we go. Let's try that again. Let's make it 10 feet. And there is our table. I will make this file available for download in the link below. Let me know what you think of this video.